What's up, Madden Universe? It's me, Dead MVP, Ropey30, and today is Tuesday Tips. Hashtag Tuesday Tips. Back to the basics, baby. That's right, every Tuesday we're bringing it back to the basics. And why do you ask me, Ropey, why we're bringing it back to the basics? I'm going to tell you why we bring it back to the basics. I'm going to tell you right now. Guys, I get myself every game I play overcomplicating my scheme, trying to send too much heat, trying to change things up, and I just overcomplicate my scheme. And sometimes you just need to bring your scheme back to the basics. All the greats have their basics covered before they become great. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover our basics. We're going to bring it, like I said, back to the basics. And we're going to start off with something like PA verts, cancel out your PA. And this is not offense, this is defense, back to the basics. All we are doing here, guys, is we're going to look at what your zones are doing. Okay? A lot of people have been coming to me, Ropey, I don't understand my zone coverages. I don't really know what they're doing. Well, that's what we're going to go over today. That's what our Back to the Basics Day is going to be about. The first zone I want to go over is the, how do I say it? The first zone, one of the first zones I look at on the field. So, to me, the two most important zones on the field, and I'll get to why, are your flat zones. Okay, that's your light blue zone right here. And what this does is it covers the flats. So you're throwing an underneath route to circle or square. This outside linebacker over here is going to cover those routes because this is his whole zone right here. That light purple, that flat zone is the whole zone he is going to stay in. This is a very important zone for anything underneath. If you're trying to take away the deep ball, people are going to hit you underneath. Now, the next most important zone, or equally most important zone, is your deep blue. And that zone, as you can see, is a darker blue than your flat zone, your light blue. Some people call it a light blue zone. Its true name's a flat zone. Some people call this a dark blue zone. It is a deep zone. So this right here, this is your cornerback. He is in a deep zone. If you'll see that dark blue area, and this guy is responsible for traveling up the field and covering anything that comes up the field with him. So if your square receiver is on a streak, he is going to cover that streak. And I'm going to give you a quick example of that. Simple, let's just do smash. It's just easier. We're going to put square on a streak and watch as he covers that route all the way up the field. If I can hike the ball. Here he goes, square's going up, and you'll notice your deep blue just travels all the way up the field with him. That's all that zone is intended to do. So, these are the two most important zones in Madden for me, my deep blue and my flat. The reason those are the most important zones, that's what I told you I would get to in a minute, is because this hook zone right here, that's what your yellow zone is a hook zone. This hook zone is going to be covered by my user. So I'm going to put my guy in a quarterback spy and just run around and user anything over here, hoping that I will get a user pick on someone. But I'm not as worried about over here because my flat zone is going to cover it. Anything underneath, far left of the field, far right of the field, I'm not worried about it towards the sideline. I want to roam this area, the middle of the field area. Anything in between the numbers is what I am trying to roam with my user. I do like to have another yellow on the field, just like you see it right here, another hook zone on the field, because, face it, you can't be everywhere with your user. I mean, some of the best Madden players in the world are pretty good at taking away 2, maybe even 3 routes, but the normal Madden player, you take one area away. So I'm coming from your 20 to 30, your numbers right here, anywhere from there, all the way over to about right here where my other yellow zone is, where my other hook zone is. So that's my user. There's your hooks, there's your deep blues, your deep zones, and there's your flat zones, your light blues. Let's check that one more time. Yellow zones, hook zones, light blue zones, flat zones, dark blue zones, deep blues. And there is one more zone that normally you don't see too much of it in base coverages, but still very important zone. We're going to just pick square, Sean Lee, and you'll see in the bottom left hand of the screen it says play zone. You can put it into any 4 zones right there. You've seen the deep blue, the deep zone, you've seen the flat zone, the light blue, and you've seen the hook zone. The other zone is a curl to the flat, and that is going to be your purple zone. So we're just going to click our D-pad to the right, and now Sean Lee is on a purple zone, a curl to the flat. And I've already gone over this in Doomsday Defense or Tuesday Tips before, but this zone is just going to kind of come all the way over here and cover anything that's in this area. That is, i.e., take away your corner routes or take away anything that comes over here in this, possibly an out route if they don't hit it early enough. So these are pretty important, especially if you're just trying to change your look and change your coverages. You need to learn your zones, guys. This is just Madden Basics 101. I mean, like we said, this is back to the basics. And I just wanted to kind of show you what the zones do. And you can do anything with your zones. If your opponent is not doing anything in the middle of the field, take most of your zones and here, let's just X, curl to the flat, circle, flat zone, triangle, triangle, circle, deep blue, deep blue, deep blue. Now you have 3 deep blues, 2 purples, 2 flats. That's what I wanted to do. X on another deep blue. So now you have 4 deep blues, which actually that didn't quite work as well as I wanted. So now you've got 4 deep blues, 2 purples, 2 curl to the flats, and a flat zone, and you are still over here roaming the middle of the field in between the numbers with your user, hoping that you can catch someone, pick them off underneath. You can even crowd the line of scrimmage like this, get right up underneath the guy, and if he is throwing, say, to circle, you could probably pick that pass. If he's trying to throw a quick pass, you'll pick it off right here. Get good with your users. Take it into solos. Practice against solos. Your user is the most important part of your defense. Sorry, I had to rezone my triangle defensive back because his zone was cockeyed. This is basically a cover 4 shell. Anytime you see 4 deep blues on the field, it's a cover 4 shell. If you see 3 deep blues, it's a cover 3. And if you see 2 deep blues, it's a cover 2. Anything underneath, you can do what you want with. If you've got 2 deep blues on the outside and that's it, just 2 deep blues, but it's on the outside, it's cover 2, but it's a cover 2 invert. If your safeties are the 2 deep blues, that's a base cover 2. Guys, learn your zones. Get back to the basics. If you like this video, you know the drill. Hit like, subscribe to the channel. We're going to go over back to the basics every Tuesday and Tuesday Tips. So I hope to see you guys leaving comments, hitting the like button, get involved, and let me know what you want to know. And I will do my best to get the content out that will help y'all become better Madden players. Guys, this is the most basic video I can make. This is not for an advanced player. This is not for an expert. This is for the guys that maybe are overcomplicating their schemes and they just need to get back to the basics. Learn your zones. Play with your zones. Learn what fits your style the best. I'm Ropey30, and thank y'all for watching this video.